What if I told you that someone in 1939 took a color camera and filmed the future? Not a movie studio, not a newsreel, just one man with a Kodachrome camera. His name was P. Medicus, and these are his home movies from the New York World's Fair, 1939. But here's the thing, this wasn't just any fair. They called it the world of tomorrow. And in this video, you're going to see things that will blow your mind. Gardens that talk, homes that look like spaceships, and a sculpture so powerful, it was destroyed right after the fair ended. Stick with me, because what you're about to watch isn't just old footage. It's a time machine. Let's go. So let's rewind a little. The year is 1939. The world is on the edge of World War II. But here in New York, at Flushing Meadows Park, something completely different is happening. Over 44 million people came to this fair. Why? Because for one brief moment, the world forgot about war and looked at the future. You have to understand, in 1939, television was brand new. Nylon had just been invented. Most people didn't even have a refrigerator. And here comes this fair showing the world of tomorrow. What you're seeing right now isn't black and white. It's color. Kodachrome. Extremely expensive. Most people couldn't afford it. But P. Medicus could. And he filmed everything. Gardens, machines, sculptures, nightlights, all of it. Today, this footage is a treasure. Let's walk through it frame by frame. First up, the gardens. Look at this. A cactus garden in New York? Unusual. But keep watching, because here comes something really strange. This is called the voice of the tree. See that face carved into the trunk? It looks like something out of a fantasy movie. In 1939, this was mind-blowing. Medicus even recorded a title card that says Gardens in Autumn. That's how home movies worked back then. You'd film a card, then the scene. No editing software, just careful planning. But here's what gets me. Look at the people walking around. They're dressed in suits and hats, ladies in dresses and gloves, going to a fair like they're going to church. That's just how things were. Formal, slow, and amazed by everything. Imagine how they felt seeing all this for the first time. Now, this is the most important thing in the entire video. You're looking at The Harp by Augusta Savage. She was a Black woman sculptor during a time when that was almost impossible. And she created this. 16 singing angels forming the strings of a harp. But look closer. The harp itself, shaped like a Black woman's arm and hand. This was one of the most popular pieces at the fair. People loved it. But here's the heartbreaking part. When the fair ended, there was no money to move or preserve it. So they destroyed it, bulldozed it. Gone. Forever. The only reason we know what it looked like is because of amateur filmmakers like P. Medicus. He pointed his camera at it and said, "This matters." And today, you're looking at the only remaining memory of a masterpiece.
All right, let's move on. This next part is funny. Look at these. Homes of tomorrow. In 1939, people thought these looked like spaceships. Flat roofs, curved corners, big windows. Today, every modern house looks like this. But watch closely. See that washing machine? That dishwasher? Those were science fiction back then. The fair promised that soon, women wouldn't have to spend all day cleaning. And you know what? They were right. It just took another 20 years. Also notice, no one's smiling in these shots. That's just how people were on camera back then. Serious, maybe nervous, or maybe they had no idea they were being filmed by a random guy named Medicus. But that's exactly what makes this so real. No actors, no script, just real life.
And now, nighttime at the fair.
This is my favorite part. Look at that giant neon cash register. That's for National Cash Register. And there's the Kraft cheese sign. And here, the General Motors building. All glowing in beautiful 1939 neon. But listen to what Medicus himself wrote about this. He said, and I quote, "Due to slow shutter speeds for color night photography, pictures are not as steady." Translation, he knew the footage was shaky, but he filmed it anyway because he understood something important. A shaky memory is better than no memory at all. Look at the Italy Pavilion fountain at night. Soft lights, calm water, people just standing and watching. In less than 2 years, Italy would be at war with America. But on this night, in this footage, there's just a beautiful fountain and peace.
One more weird thing before we wrap up. This is called the electrified farm. Look closely. Those cows are being milked by machines. In 1939, that was hilarious and terrifying at the same time. And here, chemically grown tomato plants. No soil, just water and nutrients. Sound familiar? That's hydroponics. We use it today. And finally, look at this. The Coke Works. A whole bottling line for Coca-Cola. People are just standing there watching bottles move. Can you imagine? Today, we'd scroll past that in half a second. But back then, that was the future. Automation. Machines doing people's jobs. Medicus filmed it all. The beautiful, the strange, the boring. And that's exactly why this footage matters. So, here we are, 85 years later, watching a dead man's home movies on a screen the size of a wall. P. Medicus probably never imagined this. He filmed these reels, put them in a box, and died. And somehow, they ended up digitized and uploaded for the whole world to see. The people in this video, they're all gone now. The fairgrounds, gone. The harp, destroyed. But the footage remains, and every time someone watches it, these people live again. For just a few minutes. That's why I make these videos. Not for facts, not for history lessons, but for a second glance at lives already lived. At a world that no longer exists. Thanks for watching. If you want more lost footage breakdowns, subscribe. And tell me in the comments, what would you have filmed at the 1939 World's Fair?